Hello, it's Burgess Taylor. Now I'm going to keep this part quick because the flip through itself is actually going to be kind of long. So this is a flip through. I think I left off around the 3rd of May. So this kind of starts with the 4th of May and it proceeds until yesterday, which would be May the 26th. I am currently working on today's page, so it won't be posted in there. And we're at the end of May, so June was a whole new month. And I don't have all of my Hobonichi. I probably won't be posting the end of this month in the Hobonichi until later on. I kind of did the back and forth thing in this one for the days in the Hobonichi and the Fauxbonichi. I changed it up a little. And because last time I went from book to book and then you kind of missed out on a few things, so I figured maybe I'd just go back and forth. We're going to see whichever way works best, so you let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you have any questions or any suggestions or whatever, like I said, comment below, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.
Okay, so I left off in the Hobonichi with May the 3rd on Sunday. So as you can see, May the 4th, Monday, I have like an alarm clock and I have it set at like 4 a.m. I have my Goofy mug and a cup of a smoothie. David made coffee and he brought it to me in my Goofy mug. I had my hair trimmed. And I don't know, I drew a flower. I don't really have that flower in my yard, but I just thought it was really, happy, sunny, and I thought it was really cute. So I talked about how David hit the alarm, quite a bit, and this is, let's see if we can get it. This is the rest of, this is where I left off in the Fauxbonichi. So I have it's a list a day in May, and so I have some lists. To-do list, things, that kind of thing. And as you can see, I have the 4 a.m. and I wrote snooze and did the smoothies and the coffees. Really didn't do a whole lot of drawing that day. So now we go to Tuesday, the 5th. I painted the shutters and the door and I cut the front yard and I made dinner. I put that in, I made roasted chicken, squash and onions, sliced tomato, sweet potato french fries. That was what we had for dinner. And here is May the 5th. In my Fauxbonichi, I drew David's truck because he had to leave. I did this as a tip-in and I did some writing. And I drew, and since it is list a day May, I made some lists, as you can see, and I used a quote and I put some stickers of some of the art supplies that I like, and I drew, and there's a little tiny a Zentangle or a doodle or whatever, in it. And so that's that day. Then we go to Wednesday. Wednesday, May the 5th, May the 6th was my husband's birthday. So I kind of did that, and I wrote. I was really feeling kind of down because he was gone, and I put a quote in there and I drew her. And as you can see, she looks very sad. That was my mood. And I really didn't do much in the way of drawing. In my Fauxbonichi that day, I drew a coffee cup and some little birds and lunch, dinner. I think it might have been dinner. A couple little birds, tree branches. Because I think Wednesdays are whimsical, so I did do that bit. I made that, kind of whimsical. But I really didn't do much else for Wednesday. Just wasn't really in the mood since he was gone on the road and it was his birthday. So on Thursday in the Fauxbonichi, he was coming back. And I made shepherd's pie. It was really pretty. That picture doesn't do it justice, but I put the recipe on the back. I started beginner's yoga and I drew some yoga figures, what I thought, and I had an ink mishap, so I just kind of made the most of it. And that was our quote for that one of the days that week. And that's supposed to be my phone and the coffee cups. And like I said, I had an ink mishap, so I just kind of made the most of it. That day, the quote said, "Art washes from the soul the dust of everyday life," so I just let the ink mishap kind of be the dust of everyday life. And Thursday, in the Hobonichi, I actually did a quote, and a friend of mine came over, and we talked and did some stuff, and it's a pretty nice day. And then Friday, I drew her, and she actually turned out really, really good, but the ink from the next page bled through, and somebody remarked that they thought it was really cool, made it interesting, but I'm not sure. I think it makes her look like she's battered or something. So, and Fridays, that's actually the day that we had my daughter's graduation ceremony, so I did, I put a picture of her, and I drew a cap and gown, and I put like the information, and her name is in there. We also went shopping after that. After her graduation ceremony, Mr. Rockstar and I went shopping, went out to dinner to Ruby Tuesdays, and there's our dinner. That's what he got, and this is what I got. And then we bought, my mom and my mother-in-law, we bought them flowers. And we went out with some friends, and I drew the guitar and Mr. Rockstar's Bud Light and his shots and my Coca-Cola. So Saturday, went to Lowe's, and we picked up something else because we forgot something, and of course it's Mother's Day. Then we went to my mom's, and we my dad cooked hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. I made peanut butter M&M brownies. There's Mr. Victor in his car seat. And I talked about being a grandmother in the Hobonichi. And actually, that's not his car seat. Nope, I have that wrong. That's him sitting in the chair, and he was asking me to read. And we were in the living room. So Saturday, though, back to the Fauxbonichi. My husband replaced my mom's faucet. I planted my mom's purple roses that she really wanted, and we hung her little hanging plant for the porch. And then Sunday, we left my parents and we went to Mr. Rockstar's parents. But before we left my parents, my dad and me, my mom and all, my dad and Mr. Rockstar made some food outside, and my mom and my daughter made some food inside. I played with Mr. Victor in the living room, and me and him watched some cartoons and played. And that's supposed to be grits and eggs and toast and sausage. And of course I have the coffee cups. But Sunday we left, and that's me and Mr. Rockstar in my car leaving. We're on the road, and we go to his mom's, and then we planted her rose bush, and we had chicken and cake, and they celebrated Mr. Rockstar's birthday over there, and he got to blow out some candles and have a cake because I made him the peanut butter brownies for his birthday while we were at my mom's. And so that was Sunday. Now, Monday, I went to the doctor because that was when my arm was hurt. And that's a pretty version of my doctor's office. I made it prettier than what it really looks like. And there's me, and there's the needle. And then later, my friend came over, and on Monday, and she had Mountain Dew and I had coffee. She doesn't drink coffee. But see, here's the nurse with the needle. And I got some coffee, and I also had some water. I took medicine. And I stayed in the bed and watched the originals after Lottie left. And then Tuesday, Mr. Rockstar went to the grocery store and stuff. He cooked dinner. There's the sling. There's Mr. Rockstar wearing his chef hat. The lavender, the bluebell roses were blooming at that time. And that's just a list, because since it is list a day May, that's a list of some of the things that I like. And I had a quote. And of course, for Tuesday in the Fauxbonichi, the list, I went further. I put in like what we ate, what I ate, what's in my bag, did the medicine and the nap time, my favorite bag is, what's in my bag and what bag I was using at the time. And then of course for Wednesday, the prompt was a childhood memory. It was Whimsical Wednesday. And so I did, I remember being in elementary school age and being at the ice cream parlor with my grandmother. So that's what I drew, me sitting on the stool as a little kid. And then this was do-it-yourself projects that you'd like to work on or that you need to. And so I did a list. I want to eventually plant a garden. I want to, that's supposed to be a do-it-yourself fire pit. And, you know, because I just kind of, that was what Wednesdays was. Now, in the Fauxbonichi, that's what I did. But in the Hobonichi, I wrote some, like what's on my nightstand. I did what was for dinner and what was for lunch or breakfast. And I never finished Thursdays, so I need to finish. So Thursdays and the Fauxbonichi was date night ideas. That was Monday's prompt actually, and I did it for Thursday. And I used one of Jenna Belly's, it's a thing, artwork that she had. I colored in the hair and the shirt, but the rest of it's all her work. And it was a quote, and I liked it, so I put it in. How will you spend your day? So of course, how we spend our lives was one of the quotes. And that's what I drew for date night idea kind of thing. And then for Friday, in the Fauxbonichi, they had a prompt, and it was like this cherry tree. So I did that. I thought that was pretty cool. And I did a quote about family, since we were doing the tree. And then on Friday, my daughter and I went, and I got her, and we went and got pedicures done. And I also got my manicure refreshed. But we had coffee and a muffin for before we went and got the pedicures. And then for dinner that night, because my arm was still hurting, my daughter made dinner, and she made pancakes and bacon, and we had milk. It was so good. It's really nice to, you know. And I did pretty much the same thing, only I just wrote more for my actual Hobonichi entry. So Saturday, Mr. Rockstar made his special lasagna. And I kind of drew the lasagna. I made us some of those fruit drinks with the water and the pieces of fruit in it. And of course I have the coffee. And the prompt for Saturday, like I have a list and the places I want to go, and I did the ingredients for his special lasagna. And then Sunday's prompt was to, you know, play some, or it might not have been Sundays, but it was a prompt about some of the places that are located near you, the best places to go to visit. Swan Lake, which is where the Irish Festival was today, over this weekend, is where I think one of the prettiest places is. So I did a little piece of it, drew it. And then Sundays, I made regular brownies, turtle brownies. There's Mr. Victor, my grandson, waving his chachu around. saying Chachu, because I saw him on Sunday. And then Monday, Mr. Rockstar left for Alabama. So I went with him, and I journaled about our coffee, put the receipt from our lunch in it, and we had lunch, and journaled about that. And then when I got home, I finished up my journal entry for that Monday, and it was some of your prized possessions, and my ring, and I don't know if you can, there's what I drew. Let me flip it around. Here's the real thing. That is actually an antique. My father gave it to my mother in the, I don't know, 1965, or the very beginning of 1966. The camera that I'm recording this with, Mr. Rockstar gave me for my birthday in 2012, and my Janelli Fish Writer's Bible are some of my prized possessions. And then it was a, what do you need for road trip? And I made a list, and I journaled some more, and there was a mishap with the color because of the day before's post was what I drew, and it had so much color in it that it kind of bled through. So I just did color, and I love color. So that was kind of to hide the mistake. Now on Tuesday, I did a different kind of a thing. I kind of made it like, there's some people that do theirs with like broken up like this in the little sections. Makes it really neat. And I did a Zentangle stamp because so it is, like I said, it's really hard for me to Zentangle, so I just do a Zentangle stamp. I did my lists, and then I drew this and did the watercolors. And for Tuesday and my Hobonichi, I did the weather. And I did the coffee. My son was sick. That's the little green face. And I'm in search of like gift cards via birthday presents, what I would like certain kinds of gift cards I would like to have. And I put like a little note to self, make sure to always click the save video in YouTube format, because I uploaded a video in YouTube and it took 7 hours or 8 hours or some ungodly long amount because I formatted it wrong. And then I made Polish sausage dogs with bell peppers and onions, and Mr. David helped. He actually did most of the work. So that's Chef David again. On Wednesday I talk about like insomnia because I couldn't sleep. I was in pain, and there's the insomnia pain face. I drew her. I need to figure out a way to do the white or blonde hair without it being like that, where it actually goes like more in like it's supposed to. And then Wednesday prompt, because like I said, I didn't get any sleep Tuesday night. I didn't go to sleep Tuesday. So Wednesday morning, I was up all day and never did go to sleep. Because of Tuesday night. Never did take a nap. So Wednesday when I crashed, I was just wore out. So Wednesday was a really bad day for me because the night before it had insomnia. So Dr. Seuss, and they had a quote, and I actually drew Dr. Seuss and the fish. And I did my little blocks and my list of day May and my dream day, and I used stickers like that were beachy themed, because that would be like a dream day for me, as a day spent at the beach. And Thursday we'll go back to the Hobonichi because I didn't feel good and David left. I slept in. Like, I slept really late. For me, I think I woke up at like 9 in the morning. Lately, I've been getting up, it's like 6 or 7 or 8. So, sleep until 9 something. Then I went out to dinner and met my friends. And we had peach margaritas. So, I really thought this was pretty paper with the flowers and the musical notes, the sheet music. And I really liked that quote, so I put that quote there and put today's prompts because it was the quotables. And I actually printed out the other quote that somebody put up there because I really liked it. Like I said, I was in pain and still not feeling very good. My arm was hurting, so I put pictures because my flowers were blooming. And they were just absolutely gorgeous, my rose bed. And they talked about what do you do in spring was the prompt. So I put the picture when I first had planted the flowers, and I put plant flowers because that's what I've been doing this spring, is doing a lot of yard work, planting flowers, azaleas, roses, you know, and wisteria. I've been really doing that. So that was what I did for Thursday, and that was Thursday. So Friday, I went, we went back to working in the yard and went to Lowe's like 3 times this past Friday. And I watered my roses, and Lottie showed me how to do a little bit of stuff with them to make sure that they bloom like they're supposed to. We got 2 bags of marble rocks and put them in there. And as you can see, it looks a lot better. I'm not sure if that has them or not in it, but I'll take another picture. And I painted, we got some do-it-yourself stuff. Of course, I'm always doing projects. And I painted my cabinets in the main bathroom and put new handles on them. So let's go to Friday's picture. Okay? Because that's where I did like the little paint. So I got high gloss cabinet and trim paint, and that's supposed to be the little handles. Now I also went, my son and I went to Walmart after getting back from Lowe's, because when I was at Lowe's, I bought myself a rechargeable screwdriver. And this thing is like awesome. She's pink. She's a light. You can see, and it works, and it's great. It has like even a little USB thing, so you could like maybe charge it via the computer. I got 2 different kinds of paint. I got the counter paint, the countertop paint, and the cabinet paint, because I am about to redo my countertop in the bathroom. And there's my Mr. Coffee little small espresso machine that I bought. I'm so excited about, y'all. This is like just awesome. So I drew it. I drew my little rechargeable screwdriver and the paint, and as you can see, I drew over there. I did more writing here because this is actually more my personal one. But lately I felt really good, so the writing has been positive. And like I said, we bought the rocks, and I also found, while I was at Walmart, white chocolate raspberry creamer, which I was really excited about. And you know, my one rose bush, the yellow and red blush rose bush, has all these blooms. They're just gorgeous. So Saturday, which was yesterday, Saturday I had Mr. Victor. My daughter was at the Iris Festival and with the welding thing for school. And I was going to go, but I did not end up going because Victor had a little bit of a fever. He didn't feel very good. And then David didn't feel very good at all. And David took a 4-hour nap. Victor took 2 naps. One was about 10 minutes long, and the other one was about 1 hour and 15 minutes long. And in between the 2 naps, I had to give Mr. Victor some Tylenol because he was running a slight fever. So I didn't end up making it to the Iris Festival. But later, Saturday evening, after my daughter picked up Mr. Victor, we grilled out. We had some friends come over, and we grilled out on the grill. And Mr. Victor and his mom were gone, so we had adult beverages, and we had a bonfire. And so I journaled about our day because that Saturday morning, while I had Mr. Victor, I went to go pick up Mr. Rockstar from work. And after I picked him up from work, we stopped at Starbucks and we got ourselves some coffee and got Mr. Victor some chachu. Then we came home and I made cinnamon rolls and sausage and eggs. And then later, Mr. Victor had some yogurt and he had some more, he had some juice, and then he actually had some more chachu. And David made him a sandwich, and he carried his little sandwich around like he was like a big boy. He was so cute. Maria said he doesn't really eat sandwiches, but David got him to eat a sandwich. So then Saturday evening, like I said, we had adult beverages. I had peach vodka with Dole pineapple and orange juice, and Mr. Rockstar had 2 different drinks. He started with Apple Crown and Mountain Dew and ended with some kind of bourbon or whiskey or something like that. Like a Crown, but not with the apple in it, and some, I think, Coca-Cola, but I'm not sure. We also had hamburgers on the grill. We had the bonfire. We cut up bell peppers and onions. And I have a picture from this day, from this Saturday, of Mr. Victor napping on the pallet that I made. And I need to make a tip in and put it in here. So then I don't have anything really for today's in my Fauxbonichi yet, because I'm actually going to try to follow what the list is, because for the weekend I haven't really followed the list. But here is my journaling for the beginning part of Sunday. I used the espresso machine for the first time this morning and made David and I cappuccinos, and I was really excited about it, so I journaled about it. And like I said, I was so excited that I actually drew the espresso machine and the little rechargeable screwdriver and stuff in my Fauxbonichi, because it is list today, and that was my projects I did for the day. So that's what I did, is list the stuff that I did for that day. But it's probably I think Friday's prompts, or I'm not sure what Friday's prompt is offhand. I think it's drawing. So I did that. So I didn't actually, So that's it for me. I hope you guys have a good one. And I will see you soon. That was my flip through. Bye. Thanks.